Are you still doing videos? I haven't seen you go live in a while.
No, I'm a failure.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
good. No,
ended up.
that's a good thing. It means you're not spending your money on fucking cards anymore.
Yeah.
You're not looking at it. You're looking at like that surface level. Oh, never mind. He's spending money on cards. It's blurry as fuck. Hello and welcome to the Gambling Racket, a sports gambling podcast aimed at giving you the angles and insights into successfully betting on professional tennis. My name is Ben, and as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts, the young Gary Busey, Vic Lodato, and Chris, the Card God. Fellas, we just got to witness an incredible ending to Roland Garros and the end of the clay season with Carlos Alcaraz triumphing over Alexander Sasha Zverev in what was a very polarizing match for many reasons. But hey, we got to see 5 sets of incredible tennis, controversial calls, drama, just incredible plays on both ends of the court. Can't say can't say enough about like the level of tennis that was played this year. Would have liked to see a little bit more parity with my personal future bet, and I know Chris, your future bet as well. Novak Djokovic not having to withdraw and missing his match against the Margrave of Mud's last dance on clay this year. Vic's boy Casper Ruud.
Dude, he was fucking cruising and then he got a tummy ache. All right. I don't want to get into this. We don't need to do it. But he fucking was beating the shit out of Big Z in the first set, and then he got a stomach ache. I'm like, don't they have Pepto-Bismol over there? The kid fell apart, you know. What are you gonna do? Sometimes you get stomach aches. I don't know.
They got
But
steroids, adrenaline. They never planned for Pepto.
never planned for Pepto. You can't blame me for that. He was fucking cruising in that match though. He looked great.
I'm not blaming you for anything. I'm just saying you had a lot of the tennis world on your side because of Sasha's ongoing court case and just like overall negative sentiment towards Sasha in general. And man, the beloved Margrave of Mud, who everyone in the tennis world loves, Casper Ruud, can't get it done to claim at least have
No,
a
he
shot.
cheated. He cheated on the coin flip. I don't know if anyone saw that video.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Zverev cheated on the coin flip in his game against Deminor. He said heads, and then it landed tails. He was like, no, I said tails. I said tails. It was like the
It's
Jerome.
not his
It was fucking
job
worse.
to know what he said. It's the umpire's job to know what he said. That is not a failure by him. That is a failure by the umpire. You
He
are
cheated.
No,
no, he
no, no.
didn't.
No. I totally agree with Chris. I think this is you exploit the flaws in the game as much as you can,
He
and it
lied in
worked
front of a
against
cripple
him.
kid.
Have you ever watched NBA basketball? Every time the ball goes out of bounds, they literally point to someone else, even when they clearly were the one that hit it.
Have
Like
you watched baseball? The catcher frames every fucking pitch
bingo,
to
every single
deceive the
pitch.
umpire. It's
Oh my
deceit, and
goodness.
hey, it's part of the game. I think that's fine. Uh,
Every edge, every single edge you can gain.
here's your thing, Vic. It worked against him in the final because I think maybe I'm in my minority here, but I think he got screwed on a couple calls in critical moments of the match when the outline of the ball kind of blends with like that weird buffer zone between the white stripe. What am I doing? The white stripe and the clay. And it like the umpire just has to kind of guess where that outline goes,
He
whether it
got fucked.
overlaps to
He
white or
got
not.
fucked a couple times, but it couldn't happen to a better guy. You know what I mean? Fuck him.
It couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Yeah, sarcasm because he's
Oh,
such a piece
okay.
of shit. You know,
Well,
the
He
best quote
is
I saw this weekend.
innocent.
I
The
think the
best,
fact that
Innocent.
the
the
fact that we're
best quote
talking
I
about
saw
it.
this weekend on Twitter was somebody said, he's just played 5 sets. His girlfriend should, stay on the outside and work the body to tire him out when he comes back.
He is
Yeah, it was
innocent.
maybe lacking, maybe a little distasteful, but hilarious at the same time. Yeah. Um, I think the fact that we're talking about it lends itself to how exciting the match actually was, and the tournament in general was. I think it was a great climax to the season. Alcaraz getting his third slam of the four, first French Open title. I mean, we're gonna see this dude for years and years to come, just being successful on clay, especially. But in the game of tennis. So I think we need to like relish in these moments that we get to actually say that we were here watching Alcaraz in his youth. I don't think we're even at his prime yet. So exciting stuff.
He's won on every.
So on the flip side, do you think Sasha has reached his ceiling?
No, probably not. He's relatively young. He's not as young as Alcaraz, obviously, but
I think he's 25, right?
I don't know exactly how old he is, but
all right, let me rephrase. Do you think he gets a slam?
He's 27.
Yes.
27.
Yes. I think he's got that big serve. I think he definitely, dude, he just made it to the French Open final with a big serve player, makes it to the French Open final with great defense, a great backhand, and that's the slowest surface that he plays on. We're going to grass.
He walked through Casper Ruud too.
Dude, he didn't do shit. Casper Ruud got sick. He's going to get one. He'll get one Grand Slam. I think he'll be one of those guys that he's good enough to be around, to hang around and be in the semifinals a lot. But I don't think he's at the same level as those other guys. But he could steal one. He could 100% steal one. But I don't see him winning like 2 or 3. I think he'll probably win one Grand Slam.
I think I'm with Vic, and I think it'll be a hard court because as big as his
like
serve
won a
is,
U.S. Open or Australian Open one year. Yeah,
one of the hard courts. I don't see as big as his serve is, and as much as grass lends itself to that kind of play style, he just doesn't have the grass game, and he's down there as far as like grass ELO rankings go. He's down in like the 20s to 30s. So I just don't think he'd have to have an incredible run at Wimbledon. And it's just like too narrow of a season, I think, for him to really focus on that part of his game. I think if he wants to win a slam, he should focus on the hard court.
I agree. I agree 100%. Yeah.
Cool. Any final thoughts, boys, as we say goodbye to clay season, as we say goodbye to the Margrave of Mud? Just awful hashtag. Oh, sorry. I guess we can keep Rude Boys around, but it's really terrible. But any final thoughts on clay season as we move forward here?
I'm glad to get to the grass. Looking forward to it. So yeah, Chris, you got anything?
I'm just glad it's over. There's been a lot of injuries, a lot of weird tournaments. I'm sick of clay season. I smoked some grass. I'm ready to move on.
All right. Well said. Very poetic, Chris. Thank you so much. That being said, let's talk a little bit about grass. It is essentially the polar opposite of clay. So instead of those slower surfaces, high bouncing balls, we're going to see big serves being favored here. This absolutely lends itself. It's a more slippery surface to those bigger speed serves, serve and volley type play styles. We're going to see the likes of, obviously Djokovic, if he comes back healthy soon enough to compete. But Chris's pick of the year, Berrettini, seemingly his only good surface lately, is on grass. We're going to see guys like, the normal guys. Alexander Bublik is in the mix here, but Andrei Rublev, Carlos Alcaraz is obviously in the mix here, but Andy Murray is one of the best ever on grass. Daniil Medvedev is great on grass, excuse me.
I would love to see them play on ice.
Yeah, same. Actually, great. With some like ice climbing spike shoes, cleats, whatever they're called.
No, they got to be able to slip and slide.
And then some more unexpected names. We might see like a resurgence of Chris Eubanks. We might see a stronger performance from guys like RBA or Talon Griekspoor, who's a reigning champ at one of the tournaments we're talking about this week. So, guys, give me one thing real quick. What are you looking forward to the most in grass season?
I'm looking forward to cashing in on my boy Richard Gasquet.
Okay. I don't know when he became your boy. Can you expand a little bit on that? Because that's way out of left field.
He became my boy during the French Open because he had a hell of a run. He's playing great. Grass is his surface. He's going to go in to the first round underrated, and I'm going to cash money on that.
Okay. Interesting. You don't think that his great run at the French Open had anything to do with him being French?
0.
Ooh, interesting.
The French did not
love that,
really
actually.
fare that well.
The French,
I haven't looked at the stats like specifically, but in my recollection, I do not think the French fared that well.
the
No,
tournament for Gasquet. Is that what you're saying?
No, like the French players did not fare that well overall.
Agreed. I don't think they did. I think they were eliminated pretty quickly.
Yeah, so I don't think it affected him at
Moutet
all.
was last man standing. He lost to Corda, or he lost to Sinner in the third round. Moutet was the last man standing for the French.
Love a guy like Moutet. Scrappy.
The bad boy.
Clay rat, as Vic would say.
The bad boy of French tennis.
That's right.
By the federation for getting in a fight on court.
You got a bad boy for this season, Vic? What are you looking forward to the most for grass season?
I'm looking forward to the most from grass season. My bankroll goes as Bublik goes. So with going to the best surface, I see a lot of money to be made on the King of Kazakhstan. We're going to talk about it, but at Stuttgart, he's plus 700 right now, fourth favorite to win the field. Love that bet. I think Bublik on grass. It's pure entertainment. You're looking for guys who can serve aces, and that's all he does. He's an ace machine. So guys like him, guys like Griekspoor that you mentioned earlier, guys with the big serves who actually hit aces are who you want in grass season, and that screams Bublik to me.
All right, I kind of like that. Oh,
guys, Gasquet is plus 235 against Brandon Nakashima.
You want to
give me that money.
What do you got on? Why do you not like Nakashima?
I have nothing against Nakashima. I just think
he is an American, Chris. He's an American.
Great. I don't care what
Look,
country
Vic trying to save
from.
face.
All right.
Vic's trying to save face after his episode 19 debacle, where he was just shitting on Americans. Okay. Well, the reason I asked, Chris, is because Brandon Nakashima is my biggest mover of the year pick, and I'm sitting pretty comfortable right now with how well he's been playing. So we'll see.
Another reason I need him to lose tomorrow.
So you've already bet on Gasquet.
I'm about to, actually, right as we're speaking.
Wow, look at this, ladies and gentlemen, a live bet happening right in front of your eyes. This is what, take it in. These are the gestures, the reactions.
This is a 5-unit max play. 5-unit max play. Richard Gasquet plus 235. Lock it in, folks.
I can't handle this all at once. All right. Well, hey, my thing is my biggest looking forward to thing for the grass season is seeing the resurgence of some guys that started the season strong and I think are going to be a little undervalued as we change surfaces here. I'm thinking particularly of Alex de Minaur. I really like Demon as a player. I think he's a competitor. I think play season kicked his ass and he wants to turn that around. He's one of the better players on grass all around. And I think we're seeing that just based on his seeding this week in I think he's in
Libima.
s-Hertgenbosch, whatever. I'll pronounce it later, but yeah, he's Libima. At the Libima Open. So in the Netherlands. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. I think we're going to get some value on him early. I want to make some money on Alex this year, or this season. All right. That being said, we're not starting in the Netherlands. We're actually starting in Germany with our coverage this week. We're a couple days late, but that's fine. We didn't really miss too much. We still got decent odds, as Vic has already illustrated, because Bublik is kind of seemingly a longer shot than I thought he was going to be when you said that number, Vic. But the Boss Open is in Stuttgart, Germany. It's not even a 10-year-old grass event. It used to be a clay event. And It is where some of the bigger names from the French Open are competing this week, including finalist Alexander Zverev, who by the time we are recording this podcast has already withdrawn from the tournament. Who knows? Some people are speculating he was just there to collect the appearance fee. Some people are speculating that he's dealing with much bigger issues than tennis. Who knows? Who knows what it is? But I think he wanted to show up and say hello to his hometown fans after a really great performance in France. And he said, guys, it's not happening this week. Thanks, though. I'm out of here. Vic, take us through the draw for the Boss Open, though.
Yeah, so like you said, Big Z was supposed to be the 1 seed, but he withdrew late in the week after getting that appearance money. Then the other seeds you have are Shelton, Bublik, Tiafoe, Musetti, Jack Draper's is 6, and then JLS is 7. Roman Safulin was 8th, but he got eliminated today. So those are the seeds. And then the odds don't line up with the seeds. You've got JLS as a prohibitive favorite, plus 380. Draper's plus 550, Shelton's plus 700, Bublik plus 700, Berrettini 800, Tiafoe 800, and then a drop off to Musetti and Shapovalov plus 1400, and Nakashima plus 1400. So, yeah, no Big Z. So nobody who's like the real runaway favorite. I mean, JLS is a 7 seed and he's got the shortest line. No secret for me. Bublik plus 700 is my play. Bublik kicks ass on grass. He's playing Mihajlovic, the Serbian linebacker, tomorrow. So that's the only reason I'm not hammering it, because I think that's actually going to be a good matchup. But then he'd probably play Shelton in the semifinals. I mean, I definitely think Shelton's going to be good as well, but I like the number on Bublik. So Shelton's the same number. Either one of those I think is the right play, Shelton or Bublik. But I'm going with Boobs.
Okay. I don't hate it. Chris, what do you got?
I have no success with futures bets yet this year. I give up.
Okay, well, if you don't have to place a bet on it, but what do you think of your boy Berrettini being at plus 800 in behind guys like Shelton, Tiafoe, Bublik, Draper, and Struff?
He has not been playing well lately.
Berrettini?
He won that.
Yeah, he doesn't play.
He won the 250 in Morocco, right? Or did he make the final in Morocco? He's been hurt. He withdrew from the French Open.
Yeah, he's been hurt a lot this year.
He's been hurt. He's been hurt a bunch. Since the U.S. Open, he's been banged up.
There's been
He's favored here against Shapovalov.
You need to look up his he's got incredible highlights from this tournament already. I think it was his match against Safulin. He hit like a tweener and then a ridiculous like turnaround backhand. He's all of a sudden Berrettini put him on grass and he's like the same guy he was 3 years ago.
His ELO ranking, he's got the third highest grass ranking on Tennis Abstract. It goes Alcaraz, Joker, him for their grass raw rating. So take that what you will, But yeah, I agree, Ben. He definitely seems to be a different dude on grass.
Chris, I'll send you a clip. It's worth watching. I think there's reason for you to support your boy.
I was super sad to see that I missed those first round games today. I didn't get any bets in.
Yeah, hey, we're all in a little bit of a Roland Garros hangover, right? So everyone bankrolls maybe hurting, maybe your knees are hurting if you're Djokovic. There's a lot going on, so it's understandable.
I showed you that live line Alcaraz bet that I used the boosts on. I got Alcaraz at plus 200 or plus 235, something like that.
Yeah. I don't really know. I'm not a DraftKings or FanDuel bettor, so I don't really know how those boosts work. But can you explain to the listeners if they don't know if they're like me and they don't know how to take advantage of something like that?
So like it's a percentage boost, right? So it's a 30% boost. So if you have plus 1,000 odds, right, it's going to boost you up to plus 1,300. And then you get paid out that amount.
How often can you use that?
You usually get like one per day for each sport that like
Oh,
has an
wow.
event going on. So like tomorrow I'll probably have like usually they're like same game parlay boost. This one was specifically tennis live bet boost.
Wow, what a great deal.
Yeah, it turned out to be a great deal.
Okay. Well, so Chris, totally respect the fact that you don't want to risk losing any money on a futures bet.
I don't
Uh,
respect it. Cowardice. Cowardice.
there
All right,
are
one unit.
there are
Matteo
quarter winners.
Berrettini.
There are quarter
There
odds
you
here
go.
too.
There
If
you go.
you're okay. Well, you don't. I mean,
I
doesn't
I have not won a single
even
tournament winner bet.
quarters.
Yeah,
Because
no.
there are quarter odds for this too.
Our girl Coco Golf let me down.
Yeah.
Sad.
Wait. Oh yeah, yeah. That was sad. That was Rome, right? We all had
Yeah,
Coco. Yeah, that was sad.
she got her hopes up there for a minute though.
Iga was unstoppable after beating Naomi Osaka, so it just not a lot of parity in that. It was cool seeing some I just in the last podcast there were some undercard matches essentially that were exciting, but no one I think matched up to Iga or stood a chance of matching up to her. All right, as far as for me, ATP Stuttgart, as far as future winners go, I am I'm jumping on with Vic here. I think Bublik wants to start the season on grass with a win. He did well. It was the first week after the Australian Open that he came out and he won Montpellier on hardcourt indoor. But hey, I think a guy as competitive on grass as he is can repeat that same type of success, especially right after another major. I like Alexander Bublik at plus 700. Sorry, I'm seeing plus 700 on Bovada. I think you said plus 800, Vic, on
Plus seven.
DraftKings.
No, it's plus 700 on
Plus
DraftKings.
7. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm taking that. Absolutely. I am afraid of guys like Berrettini and maybe even Musetti, but give me him over Tiafoe, give me him over Shelton, give me him over Draper. Absolutely. Draper being the second favorite or second shortest odds rather of the remaining draw. Yeah, what a ridiculous thing. So
He's
Bublik plus
also minus
700.
he's also minus 275 against Garone, who just hooped on Roman in the last round.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Draper, they like Draper. People talk up Draper on grass. They say he moves really well on grass.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Respect.
Andy
yeah,
Murray would know about that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my pick though. And looking at the quarter odds, nothing really stands out. I would if Struff had a slightly more competitive quarter, I would have liked him, but he's currently minus 120 to win the first quarter. If you do like Draper, he would only have to go through Jerome, Hoffman, and or Tiafoe, and he's plus 125 to win that second quarter. Third quarter, Bublik's plus 135. That's an easy one if you ask me. Musetti, Medjedovic, and Kepfer. And then the fourth quarter, Shelton is the shortest odds of plus 160. He'd have to go through Berrettini, Shapovalov, and Duckworth.
We didn't talk about this. I know no one's picking Shelton, but I think Shelton and Fritz are gonna have fucking big grass seasons.
Okay.
I agree with Fritz.
Big
Yeah, Fritz
service
has been
guy.
on it. Fritz has been on it, and this is like Shelton's best service. So like definitely I think I'm expecting big things from the big American serves, but not this week. But not gonna get the better Bublik this week.
All right. I like it. All right, fellas, any final thoughts on Stuttgart before we move on to the second ATP event this
Labine,
week? Say that again, Vic.
it's Labima.
Labima, yeah. ATP s-Hertgenbosch. s-Hertgenbosch. I don't know, something like that. It is a weird Dutch name for a tournament in the Netherlands. And
It's
we've got
Hertogenbosch.
s-Hertogenbosch. There you go.
There you go.
Thank you, Chris.
I'm from
Anyways,
Holland.
the
It's a bad
Labima
beer.
Open is the second grass event we're seeing this week. Not as big in names as we are seeing in Stuttgart, but we are seeing returning champ Talon Griekspoor. I think he's got the 1 seed this week. And we're also seeing the 2022 champ Tim van Riethoven, who got a wild card and he's already been eliminated. So we are very likely to see a new winner this week. But Vic, take us through the draw for the Labima Open.
Yeah, for the Labima Open, the favorite is Demon plus 350, Griekspoor plus 550, Karen Kachanov is 600, Tommy Paula 600, Korda 650, Raonic plus 900. Raonic had 14 aces and no double faults in his match today. So he's a beast on grass.
He's cooking.
Manarino plus 1100. Ben, I know you love betting on him.
Not true.
Plus
That's
1200.
sarcasm, fans.
So those are the odds for the Labima Open. Honestly, I don't really have anybody that jumped out at me as who I'd want to take on this one. I mean, Demon's a 1 seed and Tommy Paul's the 2. So, and if they meet in the finals, Demon owns that head to head. So I kind of would be tempted to take him, but I don't really have a bet here. If I had to throw a flyer on it, Popperin plus 2,500. I just love betting on that big ass Australian.
He's playing Tommy Paul tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I don't know why you like Popperin so much. He just beat Rinky Hijikata, who is having a shit year, but so is Popperin. I mean, it's not really Popperin's not having a great year at all. Why not like a guy like
to turn it around.
Karen Khachanov? Khachanov has to go through Vukic next, and then he plays the winner of
he got Vukic and Griekspoor. Vukic and Griekspoor. I mean, I don't know. Popperin can beat Tommy Paul, then he can win the whole thing. If he can't beat Tommy Paul, then he can't, obviously. So I don't know. I'm on Popperin plus 2,500.
Wow, what a breakdown.
If you're good enough to beat the 2 seed, then you're good enough to win the whole thing.
Okay.
He's got big serve. He's fast. He's got long strides. I don't know. I think he's going to do well. I don't even know what his grass record is. Let me look at it real quick before I sound like a fucking retard. Never making it past first round in Wimbledon. So not his surface.
Oh my goodness. Chris, have you had a chance to look at this draw?
Plus 900 on my boy, Milos. He's been a big pussy this year. He loves the withdrawal. He's well rested. His service tested. Boy's got big dick energy. He's about to smash through everyone. Milos to the moon. Lock it in.
Wow. I'm about to look it up right now. I'm going to guess that he is a minus 120 favorite against RBA.
Minus 165.
165. Wow. I think those odds are wrong. I might bet on RBA. I don't trust Raonic at all.
RBA's amazing on grass. I think it's a bad first round matchup, and I'm not betting minus 165 here. But I think
second round matchup.
Well, that's what I meant. I missed the first round, guys. I'm so sad about it.
I know we're lagging.
That plus money on Berrettini would have been nice.
I hit that today.
Oh, must be nice.
Berrettini was minus 150 when I got it.
Just so you know, Chris, I'm seeing minus 155 on Raonic live on Bovada. That could just be a book discrepancy. That could be the line moving down. RBA is plus 130. I don't know what he is on.
He's plus 135 over here.
Okay, so it might be coming
on
closer
BK.
to even. I think that line movement is, if it is movement, then it's probably right. I don't think Raonic deserves to be that big of a favorite against RBA. And sorry, Chris, can you just reiterate real quick? You said you're taking Raonic to win, or you're taking his quarter?
to win plus 900.
Ooh. His
I know
quarter.
I just lamented my future picks, but my boy Milos is rested and he's got a big nasty serve.
If he beats RBA, he plays the winner of De Minaur and Zizou Bergs, who gave Djokovic a fit. And yeah, I don't know about that, man. He's plus 250 to win the first quarter. If you're looking for, obviously,
No value. His first quarter is fucking horrendous.
yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, I'm not
But I
taking
also
that.
think his
The plus
outright
900
winner
is
odds
nice.
are horrendous.
Yeah, but if he gets through those two, then he just has to beat really one more person.
If you want me to place for you,
At
Raonic
least.
on Bovada is plus 1100 to outright win.
Oh my god, that's a big book discrepancy. I would like
Yeah,
one
that is
unit
pretty
on that,
big.
please.
Okay, I can give you that. Yes, sir.
Put
All
it
right.
on my tab.
It's on the tab. Guys, I'm taking Alex De Minaur plus 350 for 1 unit to win ATP s-Hertgenbosch. So I know it's not great value, but I like his motivation too much here to really secure a win at the beginning of the season and hopefully carry that. I think he's got that Casper Ruud mentality going in to grass. So I'm taking that. It's not horrible
I like
value,
it. I
but
like it. Yeah, I mean, it's the shortest odds, but I mean, he's Tommy Paul's a 2 seed, and like I said, he owns Tommy Paul. So, I think he's probably a step ahead of everybody else that's at this tournament. So, I like it, Ben.
I don't think he'll be facing Tommy Paul. I think he'll be facing either Karen Khachanov or
Milos.
Talon Griekspoor. One of those two.
Milos will be facing Talon Greeks for.
Not Milos. Definitely Alex De Minaur. So that's my pick for our second event on grass this week. Get your bets in as soon as possible because obviously we're still over in Europe for our American bettors at least, because those lines are going to lock. Those future lines are going to lock as soon as play starts back up for
Bro,
round
it
of
starts
16.
at 5 a.m. Eastern. Let's go.
All right, there you go. That's 2 a.m. for me. So it's now or never, essentially. All right, boys. So we've covered the 2 events this week. We've covered what we're looking forward to the most for the grass season. We've done a quick recap of Roland Garros. Anything else you want to let the fans know about before we sign off
I
for
just
the
have
rest of
one
the short
question.
week? Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
go
one
ahead.
question for both of you.
Oh boy.
Does Iga dominate the grass season or not?
Rybakina is the best of the big three on grass. So Rybakina's the best on grass, Sabalenka's the best on hard court, and then Iga's the best on clay. But I think, I mean, obviously I'm a sucker for Americans, but I think Coco is gonna win Wimbledon. That's my Wimbledon bet. Spoiler alert, Coco.
Ooh, okay.
Wow. I don't know if you looked at the odds on Bovada, at least. Sabalenka plus 300, Iga plus 333, Rybakina plus 450, and Coco plus 750. Naomi Osaka plus 1,000.
Is Ons Jabeur playing?
She's plus 1,200.
I would like one unit on Ons Jabeur
to win Wimbledon.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was gonna
I
say
mean, she made a finals. She made 2 finals, right?
a great
Bro, she
great
has such
year
a
last
cool
year.
name. She has a great name.
She had a great year on grass last year, especially in her Wimbledon run. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not ready to place that kind of bet now. Yeah, I like I am against Vic on this one. I think Iga does have a very strong grass season. I think this is her kind of build her legend year. So I think she dominates the rest of this year, to be honest with you.
Wow. I mean, that would be if she won Wimbledon and then she'd go back to the Olympics on clay again. She'd win 3 of the biggest things in a row. That'd be a wild fucking summer for her.
Yeah. And then we still have the US Open where she is
Pretty fucking good.
her
I mean,
and
yeah.
Arena Sabalenka are both plus 300 for the US Open. All right. Well, lots to look
Guys,
forward to. Yeah, go ahead.
Ons Jabeur almost won Wimbledon last year.
That's what I said. Yeah. She had a great Wimbledon last year. She was a finalist.
Being plus 1,200, that actually has a lot of value on it.
Pretty sure I bet on her at the finals last year, but she got worked.
Hell yeah. Bro, I'm still so sad about Djokovic.
Well, it looks like Chris needs some time to recover. But fellas, if there's nothing else, I'm going to sign us out. I think we've covered all we need to cover for this week. Thank you all for joining us for episode 20 of the Gambling Racket. This has been Ben, Vic, and Chris covering the start of the grass season. Please join us again at the end of this week, where we're going to cover week 2 of the grass season. Hopefully, we'll see some bigger names coming back after their rest after the French Open, and we can get some really aggressive bets in. I think it's time. It's moving season, boys, for grass. Yeah,
Let's get paid.
Start planning it out now, because we want to build those bankrolls up to get to lose it all again on Wimbledon, I guess, if you're Vic or one of his Twitter followers. So
guys, don't forget 5-unit max bet, Richard Gasquet plus 235. You're welcome.
All right. Well, put it in your books, boys. Thank you again for joining us for episode 20. Make sure you're following us on social media. Follow the YouTube channel, like, comment, subscribe. Twitter at Faulty Picks, at Pete's__mustache, and at Birdman Breaks on Twitter. And make sure you're on Spotify, following the Gambling Racket Podcast, in case you are a listening format type viewer. So however you join us, thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you again for episode 21. This has been the Gambling Racket, and we'll catch you next time.
Send me the link for Spotify.
It's in the description of the video.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Take care.
Bye-bye now.
Hey, you don't